Alright guys, welcome back to another episode with Just Vanning It. In this midweek special episode, we've got something amazing to share with you regarding caravan weight. We've got a product that could possibly gonna save you weight on your ball weight. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it.
Composite Gas Bottles. Australian family-owned company make these babies. They're environmentally friendly, 100% recyclable. They last to double the lifespan of a normal gas bottle. What does that mean for you? It means they'll last you 15 years before you actually have to get them checked out and tested. What I love about them, I hate rust, they're non-corrosive, which is amazing. They're also really well designed. I personally like the look of them. I think they're a bit posh. But what I really like about them is that they're translucent. So in the right light, you can actually see the level of the gas. What does that mean for me and what could that potentially mean for you is that you're not going to run out of gas. It's happened to me many times midway through a meal or midway through prepping something that the gas has run out and we don't have any more. So that's a real benefit of this. And essentially, we can't overlook the fact that they're super light. And when
So does that mean that I can send you to get gas now?
Well, you could. I'm not going to say yes. But what it does mean, and the reason I know this is a big issue is because I've heard you talk about it many times, is your ball weight. And what this does is it takes a whole load of weight off your ball weight and essentially your overall caravan weight. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand it over to you for the specifics and the technical aspects of the weight test.
So what we're going to do now, guys, is I've got one full normal gas bottle that a gentleman has borrowed me from over there because I didn't have one because I've had these gas bottles now for a few weeks, testing them out. We've been through a cycle of them. So I've got one full steel gas bottle, I've got one empty steel gas bottle, and I've got one empty composite gas bottle. Unfortunately, the other gas bottle, I have actually used it, so it's not quite going to weigh up properly. But what we're going to do is, hopefully this will sort of give us some indication, is we're going to weigh an empty composite gas bottle, and then we're going to add 7.5 kgs onto that gas bottle, which we'll get into in a minute. What's up, dear?
Can I just say one thing? What better man to take you through the benefits of a gas bottle than a man who is full of gas himself?
Alright guys, so I've got 3 gas bottles here. Like I said, I've got one steel empty. This one's empty. There you go. And this bottle we got with the van, and it's now going almost, if not 12 months since we've had this caravan. And look at the rust on this bottle already, just around the fittings. This is a brand new gas bottle when I bought it. We've been filling them up and not swap and going them. So yeah, so empty, full, oh look at this doing to my floor, full and an empty composite. Right, we'll start with the full one since it's,
Hello.
Oh hello. Okay, so I'm going to put this down on here very gently because that's glass. Oh.
Bobby.
Your weight is 19.60 kilograms.
19.6 kgs for a full gas bottle.
The scale does not lie.
No, so I'm going to put this outside quick because it's actually damaging the floor. Okay, so 19.6, that was a full steel gas bottle. We'll put up the empty one. Oh, hang on, let's turn this on all the time. What's it doing?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, empty steel gas bottle.
Your weight is 8.80 kilograms.
There you go, 8.80 kilograms. That's for the empty steel. Now, the composite.
Moment of truth.
I can just feel it already. Moment of truth. Here we go. Let's clear that. So empty. I don't even know if it's going to pick it up.
Your weight is 5.00
There you go. Empty.
kilograms.
So automatically you're 3.8 kilos lighter on an empty bottle. And then what we're going to do is take 5 plus 7.5. What's that?
12.5.
There you go, 12.5 kilos for a full gas bottle because it's a 7.5 kg, not an 8.5 kg gas bottle. So times that by 2, what's your saving? 19.6 minus, what was it?
19.6.
Hang on, I'm gonna get my calculator up because yeah, my maths is not so. 19.6 minus 12.5. 7.1 times that by 2 bottles, you got a saving of 14.2 kgs with the 2 gas bottles for the composite gas bottle. So that is a pretty big saving in the big scheme of things. I know a lot of people think it's only 14 kilos, but if you got that on the front of your ball weight, that could be saving you about 8 kgs of ball weight, because those gas bottles are not directly above the point of on your actual toe ball. It's shifted back, so every time you shift something back, no engineer, but that it's not going to take 14 kilos off the ball weight, maybe a bit more because it's not that far back, but you can see where I'm going with this. It is, I mean, I need it even if I can save 10 kilos of ball weight, because yeah, this van does have a fairly big ball weight. So with a normal steel bottle, both full, I was at 330 kilos, so now I can be at 320 kilos. So there you go. I think it's worth it. And for like what Sue mentioned, I mean, that one's rusted already. It's 12 months old. These won't rust because it's all composite. Look at that. So anyway, let's go back outside and we're going to talk about the fittings on the gas bottle, because that's also now something that's come out and I've learned something new about that too. Alright guys, so a lot of questions come to us. We've had these for a few weeks, so a lot of people have seen us with these gas bottles, and the one question we got was, how do they go in the normal gas bottle holder? Well, I have this dialed all the way to the smallest of this gas bottle holder, and unfortunately they are a little bit loose. So we got these when we weren't sort of in a big town where there was a hardware store around that I could get some black rubber stripping or some of that sticky foam that Bunnings sells, and I'm going to stick it in the inside, and then that won't move at all. But in saying that, we got these in just when we left Perth or in a little town, and I've been driving with them like this and they don't really go anywhere. But I thought I'll just cover that because we have seen a lot of questions, or we received a lot of questions on the road in regards to that. Now the fitting. If you don't know, this is also new to me, so don't quite quote me on this. This is what I know. These are the new fittings now for the gas bottles on caravans and gas bottles in your home as well, I believe. It is an external thread instead of the internal thread. You must find now most new caravans will come with the new fitting. These gas bottles are actually got the internal thread and the external thread. So if you still got the old internal thread, you don't have to go buy the new hoses. I believe you should, because it is a safer way now of the thread being on the outside. Don't quote me, that's just what I've been told. So you don't have to change your gas bottles because it's got the internal thread, but if you got the external thread, they do both, which is amazing. So you don't have, it's not really sending you out of pocket on that way as well. Guys, we're on this sort of side of it. Now, these gas bottles, I believe, are ISO certified, which means it meets gas regulations in Australia. Someone actually stopped me when I was stopped on the road or in a caravan park, can't quite remember, said, how do I go about refilling them? Well, I've had it refilled at BCF and a caravan park now, and no dramas, because everything, all the little like the codes and everything are on top of the gas bottle. So when you take it in, if people question you, it's rated, it's been tested. So there's no real reason why people shouldn't refill these gas bottles. So guys, these can be used in the caravanning, four-wheel drive, tenting industry, as well as home, marine, and industrial, I believe. It's all on their website, so I'll drop the link off for their website down below in the description. We'll get into that in a minute. What's also awesome about this is there's 4 different sizes of bottles. There's a 7.5, 10, 12, and 15 kg gas bottles. So these are the 7.5. Now you must probably be thinking, well, how do you compare that, because the steels are 8.5 kilos. There's 1 kilo difference in gas, so that, what did we say, 17 points, 14.2, you know, it's there and thereabouts, and it's still a lot lighter. All right, last but not least, guys, the price of these. Now, when something lasts, well, for myself, when something lasts me 15 years, and I'm full-time on the road, or my caravan's standing out in the sun for months before I can use it, like some people do, paying for this is almost like an investment, because they only have to get it tested every 15 years, and that's not to say that I can't have it for another 15 years because it's not going to rust. You know, you get it serviced at 15 or checked at 15 years, and it could possibly still go another 15 years. So buying these is pretty much an investment. So the cost of these for the 7.5 kilo what we've got here is $295 each. So it's almost, what is it? It's almost $600 for the 2 gas bottles. But Compgas has kindly given us a discount code. Now I know a lot of people don't like discount codes, but when we get given a discount code, I think it's a way that we can give back to you as well by saving you some money. So on each gas bottle, you're saving just under $40 by using our discount code. I'll put it up over here and I'll drop it in the description. It's just vanning it all in capital letters. So there you go, you can save yourself just under 80 bucks for these 2 gas bottles. So it brings it down from 600 to 520 bucks, which, yeah, I think it's a fair saving. What do you think, dear?
I think it's a great saving. If you can save, I say save.
Yeah. And yeah, we've had actually a few people spot these in our YouTube videos at late, and have asked us about it, and we did say that we were going to do this video. So I hope we've answered all your questions, and I hope the wind hasn't been too blowy on the mic. And if you have any more questions, drop them in the comments down below. Reach out to us personally on Facebook, Instagram, and we can try and answer those questions. If I don't know those answers to those questions, I'd be happy to reach out to Compgas and try and get the answer for you and get back to you. Alright guys, so we'll see you guys next week Wednesday. Now, next week Wednesday's episode, Sue's come up with this one, and I can tell you now, it's actually, I'm excited for it as well, so you don't want to miss that one. And if you don't want to miss it, hit that subscribe button down below, the little notification bell. That way you'll get notified when that video or future videos come up. But yeah, from myself, Sue and Bobby, you guys have a fantastic few days, and we'll see you on Sunday.